Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi, Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock market's opening action to help you understand what are the early trends really looking like and what should you expect as far as the market direction is concerned going forward from here, especially what should be your investment and trading strategy. To discuss all of this and much more, I have with me a very special guest. Mr. Miraj Vora joins in, IDBI Capital. He's a technical expert, also knows a lot about fundamentals, and he'll help us understand what is the best way to approach the markets right now. Good morning, Miraj, and thank you so much for taking the time out for us. Let me just briefly tell all our viewers about the opening action first, and then we can begin our discussion. Well, the markets have actually opened on a flattish note today. We are seeing some pockets like autos, powers, which are auto and power sectors, which are gaining. Metals, however, are dragging at this point in time. In terms of stocks, you have Tata Motors, Bajaj Finance, JSW Steel, M&M, and Hindalco. These are among the major gainers on the Nifty. On the losing side, you have the big wigs, Reliance Industries, HDFC, HUL, Tata Steel, and Britannia also dragging the street at this point in time. Well, of course, you are seeing mixed cues coming in from the global markets that actually trickled into a volatile start for the Indian markets today. Of course, when we talk about the sectors as well, we have some mixed action right there, even in today's trading session. Talk about the key sectors, like I talked about, metals are dragging the street at this point in time, but power and auto sectors are in focus. 15,731 currently for the Nifty right now. So that's the kind of level you are seeing. Not too much of a gain. It's absolute flat right now. Only FMCG and metals are dragging. Rest all of the sectors, in fact, are in the green. Miraj, what do you make of the opening today? We've opened slightly higher than what the global cues were really suggesting to us. But later in the day, we are all expected to look at the US Fed rate hike. Market experts are penciling 75 basis points kind of a hike. What could this hike really do again to the markets?
Good morning, Sakshi, and good morning to all the viewers. So what we have seen that, after that massive gap down opening of 300 points, what we had 2 days before yesterday also and today also, we have been consolidating. Though yesterday we briefly breached the year's low and made a new low, but it was not that, after making the new low, we were trickling down or, there was a heavy selling happening into it. So that shows that, overall some amount of buying traction has been visible at around these levels. So that would be one thing which is good, that, even today we are at the levels where, we have been consolidating around these levels. Now, only thing is that, the gap level is at around 15,900, 15,800 and 15,790. So we need to breach that and enter into that down gap zone where, some short covering can then trigger in. So till that time, we need to wait and watch that, how this goes. Possible 1 or 2 more days of this kind of a move where we consolidate is possible for Nifty as well as for Bank Nifty. Surprisingly, Bank Nifty overall used to look negative, but yesterday it did not hit a new low for the year. So that way, a little bit of a positive sentiment is there for Bank Nifty. 37,400 is where, we are waiting to cross it in the spot levels. And in futures, it would trigger to 34,500. So around those levels, when we cross Bank Nifty, then it could be a positive trigger where we can enter into Bank Nifty as a trade with today's low as a stop loss.
Okay, understood that. Now, in terms of sectors also, I wanted to understand what is giving you the confidence in the markets currently. We have already spoken about pockets that have been outperforming a little bit in this kind of a volatile market. You have spoken about auto sector a lot, the defense space, the fertilizer space a lot as well. Would you stick with these 3 pockets? Is there any other diversification that you're now going to do?
Besides the spaces of fertilizer, defense or auto, there were 2 spaces which in yesterday's session did show some kind of a positive tick move. After a very long time, we did see yesterday, these cement names after the brutal thing they had, which we guess we spoke at last time also when the deal was there for Adani and Ultratech expansion. So some kind of short covering bout has happened into cement space. So that as in short covering bounce can be looked out for. But a good amount of long additions or fresh interest is streaming into the pharma names. So pharma is again one sector which we are looking positive. However, we don't wish, but cases have been rising everywhere. So that might have trickled in a little bit interest into the pharma stocks, and they have been beaten down since a very long time. So that is one thing where we feel that, the interest may come in.
Okay, so pharma may actually bounce back from the underperformance that it has been so far showing as well. Let me speak to you about some specific stocks and then we can go for your recommendations as well. Today, we are seeing a whole lot of focus in the IPL-linked stocks that are in focus. After the media rights have been sold, stocks like Reliance Industries, Sun TV, United Spirits are in focus. Z Entertainment failed to win the broadcast. Anything in this space that actually looks interesting to you going forward?
Interesting to see is that, the media rights which have gone for IPL and also for the Indian domestic and international tours, the rights have been bidded very aggressively, and specifically for the digital space, it comes out to be more than 50 crore or up for one match, and it looks difficult for it to or Reliance Jio or Reliance to recover that much of amount through a match. So that would trickle in a little bit negative for Network 18 and TV 18. But this would be a very interesting thing that, it will be positive for companies like McDowell's, India Cement and Sun TV, because they own the teams. And last year, if we see, the teams got around 200 odd crores every year from this bidding right. And this time, since the amount has doubled, we expect it to be 450, 500 crores of bonanza for these companies. And so companies like India Cement, 450 crores every year would mean a much more than, a really lot, though it would be through a subsidiary of CSK. CSK is separated earlier. But still, these would be much more beneficial and much more better to look out for as an streamed one. Besides that, I don't think so there would be much of an impact of this, because this would be more like, the teams who had bidden and now they would not know how to recover it.
Okay, I understood that. More on the negative side than on the positive, but some companies which own the teams may actually get some benefit of the IPL season as well, as it starts for the next 5 years. So that's going to be a 5-year long visibility for these companies too. Now let's go on to understanding what stocks are you really focused on today? Where are you putting your placing your bets in today's trading session?
So as I told you that, pharma is one space which we are looking that, can do very well. So both the names today are in from the pharma. So one can buy Syngene futures in the range of 542 to 546. And with that, they can keep a stop loss of 531 and target of 570. And Cipla is another stock where one can buy in the range of 963 to 965. One can have a stop loss of 944 in Cipla and target of 999. So both the pharma names is where we are positive today.
Okay, I understood that. Well, thank you so much, Miraj, for being with us and sharing all your thoughts and insights on the markets, and with all our viewers as well, helping them really understand what's the best way to approach the current markets.
Yeah, thank you, Sakshi.